So let's talk for a moment about a Windows 7 deployment, okay? That's what we're looking at here is a Windows 7 deployment. First off, I would like you to know, to get to this point where we see these screens in the lower right-hand side on the menu bar at the bottom, you will see the network icon. That is right there. By clicking on that, we'll bring up this menu in Windows 7 that'll show all the different wireless networks that are available to us. Here you can see the SSIDs listed here, and this will give us a listing of every one that's available. Now, one of the things to note, when you see those 5 bars and the asterisk, that means there's networks out there available, but none of them were preferred. We didn't have a connection or a previous connection to them. So when you see this right here, that means that there are connections that are available. You just haven't used them before, or you have forgotten them, or you have set things up in a way that we aren't automatically reconnecting to them. Also, if you see this gold shield with the exclamation point, this means that this network is unsecured. Now, in your personal life, and definitely in your enterprise life, this should mean an unsecured network. That's a no-no. We want to stay away from that. I know it says guest access there and everything. I still wouldn't use that. Why? Because this is in plain text, folks. That's open authentication, you remember? We don't have any encryption going from me to that wireless access point. Anyone can read it. I don't like it. I don't even like it if I'm sending funny text messages back and forth. I don't like using that at all. So that's a personal thing for me. You know, if you're okay with the traffic that you're sending being in plain text, hey, that's up to you. I never use connections like this personally. And last but not least, if I see a group of 3, it's not listed here. We don't see it. But if I see a group of 3 three nodes all together, what that means is an ad hoc network. If I see 3 like this, that means an ad hoc network is available. Now, we don't see it here listed, but I really want you to know that 3 things together, that means an ad hoc network. When you see the bars like that, that's an infrastructure network. There's difference. Infrastructure means I have an AP, I have things in the background. We're using a traditional wireless network. If I don't see that, if I see 3 little blocks together, that means I'm working with an ad hoc network. That means I'm connected basically to other computers in the environment. So if I see those 3 nodes all put together as an icon right here, that means I'm using an ad hoc network. An ad hoc network means I'm connected to the other computers around me. I'm actually running what is basically a mesh network between the nodes that are around me with wireless network cards. So that's the icons of all this. That's what we're looking at when we're looking at this page. So let me erase this and let's get to actually connecting. So we see this wireless. Let me change my color here for a second. Be more prominent. Let's go with orange. Let's go with orange. So here we can see there are connections available. That's not doing too well. Let's go with that then. There are connections available, and here are the SSIDs, like I said earlier, of all those connections, so I can go down and pick the one. Unfortunately, in this implementation, they're going with the unsecured network, right? We know that because we see the actual golden shield with the exclamation point, and even the notification that says information sent over this network might be visible to others. So it's sent in plain text. This is an open authentication process. But whoever it is decided to connect. So once you click on it, you get this wonderful option, right? First, we have the ability to connect to it automatically whenever we use the network. So whenever we're within range of this guest network, we're able to connect when we want. And then we have the button to connect to this actual network. So by clicking on that, automatically I'm connected to this network. Now, if I want information about this network, all I have to do is mouse over it. Once I mouse over it, I get the information. We can see the name of this network is guest. That's the SSID. We see that the strength is excellent. We're not actually going to get a noise ratio on this. So what we're going to do is we're just going to see excellent or not. If you want to look into the noise ratio, you're going to have to actually get a third-party application installed. We can also see the security type is unsecured. That's a big no-no for me. Like I said, this wouldn't be me. Let's just put it that way. And then we see the radio type, 802.11n. Remember, 802.11n means, are we using WEP? No. Are we using even WPA? No. N in AC means that I am using WPA2. Okay, that's what's supported by N and AC. G and all that other stuff can support WEP, can support WPA, can support other things. N and AC cannot, right? So we would be using WPA, or in this case, unsecured. But no. And then what happens if I want to disconnect again? I would click on this particular icon right here, the bars at the bottom, except this time it would look more like this than anything. It would look probably like that. Once I do that, this menu pops back up, and then I simply click on the disconnect button. And then I would be disconnected from the network. For me, this would be almost immediately, like I said. I don't like sending things in plain text.